Alright, well, okay, in today's session, we're going to be learning about how to isolate variables or unknown quantities, okay? And this, to help us remember, we're going to learn about, I'm going to just read a story first, okay? This is called The Clever Mathematician, okay? So, a long, long time ago, in a land very, very far away, a very clever mathematician decided he was tired of saying the same long sentences to describe an unknown quantity. He was tired of saying 3 times I don't know plus 4 times I don't know plus 6 times I don't know equals 72. It made him tired just to say it. So instead of 1 times I don't know, as the other mathematicians used to say, he began using letters. It was much shorter. Okay? And took much less time to say. In fact, it made him sound smart. Now, of course, when a clever person discovers a very clever way of doing something, they have to find a very clever name for it. He tried all sorts of names, but none seemed to fit. He tried to name it after a person such as Lou, Linda, or Larry, but that didn't seem right. He searched for days and days until one day he realized that because the unknown quantity is multiplying can vary, he decided to call it variables. Why, how clever. It can vary and it can change. Why, it is a clever little invention. Yes, it is a clever little invention indeed, said the mathematician. It sounded so smart that the other mathematicians began to say the same thing. They decided to replace the I don't know with A's, B's, and C's. So that is why today, thanks to the clever little mathematician in a land very, very far away, that we use letters to represent unknown quantities instead of I don't know. Do you like that story, Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what do variables represent?
Variables represent an unknown quantity. So, so if it's 3 times 12, right?
What do you say? 3 times, like 3 times?
3 times R.
Then we would say equals.
Equal.
Okay. Let's show this a little bit from your perspective. Okay. Okay, so 3 times R equals.
Yes. 3. So basically 3. So basically be the unknown quantity instead of saying I don't know.
So which do you think is better? Should we say 3 times I don't know? Or should we say, which is better? 3R.
Instead of saying I don't know, it's best to say 3R.
That's right. And now when we have, this is called the coefficient because it is the number right next to the variable, okay? So when we have the coefficient next to the variable, that is 3 times R, okay? So now we are going to be playing a game, and just to explain how this game is played, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to put a quantity here, which you will not know what it is, okay, into the envelope, and you're going to read the sentence. We will learn how to isolate the variable on the left-hand side and to see if this side equals the right-hand side, okay? And if you get the number right, you will be able to either pick the Legos that you want to buy, or you can, using this money here, okay, you can either, or you can buy, you just have the money. So you can either directly buy Legos, okay, or you can take money and save it for later, right? Okay, so now I'm going to set this up. So these are going to be your pieces, okay? Those are your tools. These represent your division lines, okay? And here's the clever little mathematician, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now, first I'm going to put a number here, right? And I'm going to pick a number to put on the envelope, okay?
Okay.
So you guys have to find the right number. And just for our audience, what I did is I actually took some pieces of paper and I cut them so they were going to fit in the envelope. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to pick one and to place it on the envelope where I said we'll figure out what the unknown quantity is. Okay, and if he gets it right, he will be able to get that number. Right, Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay, so I've already picked. What I did is I picked a number. Okay, I placed it on the envelope. Now we are going to put. I'm going to take this ink away. Okay. Move this up here a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now let's start by reading this equation. 3.
So 3r equals 3.
Okay, so now in order to isolate the variable, what we have to do is we have to remove anything that is on the left-hand side and eventually we leave the variable. So since the coefficient is the only thing that's on this side, we have to use our division bars. We have to divide on both sides of the equation, because what we do on the left side, we also have to do with the right side. Okay? The next step is we have to use this 3, and we're going to divide that 3 on both sides of the equation. Okay? When we see a 3 in the numerator and a 3 in the denominator, 3/3 equals 1 whole. So you can just take that away. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And from here you're going to simplify this also. Where 3/3 would equal
1 whole.
So let's see if you're right. Okay, so hold this over here and let's see if you're right.
So I'm right.
Okay, so now do you want to get some pieces or some red pieces, or do you want to save it? So do you want to take the money?
I want to take the money.
Okay, so since the answer is equal to 3, you're going to get $3, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're going to do, here's your money, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to set up the next equation, okay? Oh, actually one last thing that we do need to check. Okay, you can take your money, but we're going to double check this, because it's one thing that we always need to check, okay? Now, what we do is we put the 1 where the variable is, okay? And we check. Is 3 times 1 is, if we look at it, 3 times 1 is what?
2 times 1?
Mm-hmm.
3.
Okay, so this side, okay, when we simplify it, 3 times 1 equals 3, and this side is also 3, so that means this is a correct answer, okay? So now we are going to do the same thing. So let's organize our tools. You can organize your money, okay? Now, you can pick go ahead, I've done some various envelopes here with letters. So you can pick the variable that you would like, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Get grab these. Come on, never. Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to pick a number.
This is the cute. That cute.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
So do.
Okay, so we're going to do G. Okay. G stands for the gray pieces. Okay. Unless you think we should say, I don't know, 3 times I don't know, or should we use G?
We should use G, not I don't know.
That sounds very good. Okay, so now
If we use I
we're
don't
going
know,
to do,
this takes longer to say.
that's right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is putting this face down so you cannot see what's in here, alright? Okay. Okay, so now we have, what I did before this was to put down the instructions. So let's follow the instructions, and what's the first step that we need to do?
Divide.
Okay, so go ahead and divide.
So let us divide with these.
Very good. Now, what's the next step?
Simplify.
Okay, so let's work on the left side. Good.
And so this is 1 whole.
So 3/3 equals 1 whole, correct?
3/3.
Now with this one, 3 times what equals 6?
3 times 2 is 6.
Let's see if you're right.
So the answer, so it's basically right.
So what we do is we replace the variable, okay, with the number, okay, and then we test this. This side here should equal the same amount as this side. So 3 times 2 equals...
3 times 2 equals 6.
Okay, so this side, if this side is equal to this side, it is true, and you are correct. So do you want Lego pieces or do you want $6?
How much do I have? So I want dollars.
Okay, you want dollars, huh? Okay.
So
Okay.
And I'll spit. So I'll give you so here you go.
Okay, so you've given me $4, so you're buying 4 Lego pieces? Okay, so I'm going to put this back in the bank.
So now I've gotten 4 Lego pieces.
Okay. Good. So now, yeah, you should show it.
So
You have 4. Okay, so you gave me $4, right? You and bought 4 Lego pieces. Okay. So now you get to pick the next variable. Okay, we're going to organize your tools.
Organize Sign. Oh, it's not. So I'm doing another
Yeah, you get.
gray.
Okay. Okay, so now what I'm doing, just so you can see here, is I'm actually going to pick which one I am putting into the envelope. Okay. Good job, by the way. You're doing very well. And I am happy because you are working very hard to focus on the concepts that we need to remember. Mabruk, by the way. Mabruk. Alright. Okay, so now first we'll read the equation. Okay, let me just double check and make sure I put the right one in here. Okay.
Cannot look.
Okay. Okay, so let's read the equation.
3g equals 9.
Very good. Okay, so what do we need to do now?
Okay, so now we have to, like in the steps, we have to divide.
Good.
Oh, wait. So let's see. So now I have to simplify. Start from. We had to do the left one.
Very
So
good.
I knew. And as you can see, it's at this. This 3/3 is equal to 1 whole.
Very good.
So
let's read this as 9 divide by
3.
Or we can say what? 3 times what equals 9?
3 times 3 is 9.
Very good. See, are you right?
Yes. I'm
Very
right.
good.
Right.
Okay, so let's check our answer.
So, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's remove this.
So,
Just looking at that.
3 times 3 equals 9.
That's right. So, do you want the money or do you want Legos?
Yeah, let me see. Money.
You want money, huh? Okay, let's get it.
So,
Go ahead. You can get the money as you like.
that's 9. So, five. Oops, that was a whole bunch. And 5. Oops. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Very good. Okay. Now let's organize your tools. Let's see, how much money do you have now?
Okay, so I need to figure if I have. What was it? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. So now I can get one more spaceship.
Okay.
That's $2 because every piece is $1.
Okay. So let's do this here. Okay.
So now in total I got 10. So I've got 12.
Very good. And what variable should we use now?
What variable should we use?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just here? The variable that we should use is gray.
Okay. Okay, I placed the card in the envelope. Okay.
That was fast.
Yeah, I figured it out. All right, now read the equation.
3g equals 12.
Very good. Now let's go for the next step.
Now we have to divide it
Mhm.
like the line. So now we're dividing. So I see it's 3/3,
Mhm.
1 whole.
Good.
So you can just, I have to simplify, just take these away.
Very good.
So 12. So 12 divided by 3. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so what equal? So what equals 12?
That's right.
So it's gonna be tricky for me. Okay, so 3 easy. 3 times 4 is 12.
Let's
So
see if you're right.
I have a feeling it's actually right. Completely. Get rid of this thing. Come on.
All right, drum roll. Ready? Are you right? Are you right? Are you?
I am
Congratulations! Mabruk. Mabruk. High five. Good. Congratulations. Okay, so do you want $12 or do you want 12 Legos?
Okay, so I want so I want the $12 and then I'm gonna get something.
Okay. And also, before we forget, we always do what at the very end?
We always, to make sure it's correct,
Mm-hmm.
and just take this away. Yeah, I didn't know those existed. So 3 times 4 equals 12.
Right. So essentially this side, if we had another 12 here, 12 would be here, and then 12, so it would be 12 equals 12. Essentially what it is, okay? So here is $12. So, correct?
Yes, so now it's time to see what I can get. Let's see here. Actually, to make sure. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5.
Here, you can put the box of Legos up here so we can see what's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is 5. Just need 5. Here's I'm giving you the $5. That way I can have these.
Okay. Now you can take a moment to put your pieces together.
No, I'm still getting more.
You're still getting more pieces? Okay.
Yeah, because basically I need to make it easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, 5, 6. I guess I just have to do this. So here,
Thank you.
those got off from my.
Okay, so you've given me a total of $6, which I'm going to put right back in the bank.
Yeah. Then 2 more for these. That's right. So here's get our let instead of it soon.
Okay. So you gave me $2 first?
Yeah. So now, remember last time what I got handmade?
Mm-hmm.
Fireball machine.
Okay.
Just have to make it now, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to set up the next equation.
These are tricky. Ah. Okay, well that was easy.
What variable would you like to use now?
Okay, what variable to use? Let me just a set.
Okay, I'm going to put these here for you to pick. Okay?
So,
Okay, you can go ahead and do that so we can see what you're doing. Okay?
okay, so now let's put now this was supposed to be here, so that when it stays this that goes like this. So oh no, what did I put this one for? Oh wait, this wasn't even. Could you take the $1 out?
Okay.
I just didn't realize this was actually just. Okay. So I got $12 still. From the last time I did it.
I'll put it here so we can see.
There
you go. Put those over. There you go.
Yeah, it looks like it actually came right out of it.
Okay, so you move forward, or do you have more pieces to add?
No, because that's just it.
Okay, what about, shall we put these 2 pieces aside so we can close this box?
Yeah, because this can't be good. This here, it's here.
Okay.
Good thing he put it like that.
Wait, okay.
Just put it down. Okay.
Alright, now, go ahead and pick the variable you'd like.
Okay, so. Of what piece like?
Which variable you want.
Okay, so. I want Okay, so gray, just this one.
Okay.
So
Now let's see if you can figure this out. Let's read this.
So 3g equals 15.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time to it's time to divide. So I can see, now simplify, so I can actually see this is 1 whole.
Very good.
So now 15 divide by 3.
Good.
So that's what we had to figure out. It is what times 3 equals 15. Right?
That's right.
So it's okay if I look at the
Yeah.
yes. So 5 times 3 equals 15.
Okay, so let's see. Did you get it right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to get 15 Lego pieces or $15?
So I want $15 and then oh yeah, right. So now let's get let's read it. First I will get so 3 times 5 equals 15.
Good. So now if we replace this, so this 15, this side here should match this side here, right? So 15 would equal 15. 3 times 5 is 15, and we already have 15, so that's correct. You can take the money. Go ahead, congratulations.
So
How
let me
much
see
money?
I'm pretty sure I'm okay. Okay, so
Put it closer over here.
yes, so yes, so 10, 10, 20, so 20, 10, 20, and 25. And in total, I've got $27.
Okay, do you want to use any of that to buy Legos at this point?
Well, actually, I do have Legos I want. This. So that's actually 6, 2, 1, 1, 2. So I can only get out these 2. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna put this here. I'll put this in the bank in just a moment.
Yes, now in total I've got 25. And basically I spent $2.
Okay.
So let's just see if I can actually add this.
Okay, you can go ahead and edit.
No, just to put this here. So I'll just put this.
Okay.
Apparently I made a mini version of my own.
Are you ready to move forward?
So let me just see. It's a mini version of the same thing.
A mini spaceship.
And a fireball.
Okay, so let's go ahead and organize our workspace.
Alright. Okay, so just put this here. With me. So I think so when you give me the $18, just do it as like 10 and the rest. Let's put that the five. I put all ones in.
So you want, instead of 5, then 4 ones,
Change it.
or 5 and 3 ones, actually, it would be, you want them all to be ones?
Yeah,
You want 8 ones? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, which variable are you choosing?
So let's see.
And so now these variables match the colors of the Legos, right? So we have B for what?
B for black.
L for?
L for blue.
Good.
Y for yellow. A for anything. R for red. G for gray. So I'm just doing A for anything, right?
That's right.
Just go, that just doesn't even matter what color it is.
So we'll take this.
It's not looking next.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so now, next step.
So yeah. So now the equation is that 3 times 3a equals 18. So we're going to divide it again.
Good.
This is really fun.
You like this?
I love it. So 3. Let's see. So we'll now simplify it. Start with the left side. Basically, the left side now. So I see it's 3/3. 3/3 is equal to 1 whole. Just take that off.
Very good. Now what's left?
A equals 18. And here it's 18 divided by 3. On this other side, on the right side. So now I gotta figure out what equals 18, right? So 6 times 3 is 18. Let me see if I'm actually right.
Okay. So let's check your answer, right?
Yeah. So let's get that 6. Good.
Okay.
So, I was right. So now check it back if it is right. Here, because these are so 3 times 6 equals 18.
Good.
So now I get $18.
Okay, so now just double check this. Okay, so we should have 18 equals 18. Now check if that is correct.
Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Right.
So 18 equals 18.
That's right. We have 5 more minutes before we're going to take a break because it's always good to get up, walk around physically, or get some exercise, right? Okay. So that way you let your brain absorb what you just learned, okay, about isolating variables. So let's do another 5 more minutes, okay? Now, do you want a higher number?
So now you can give this to so this is yours. Set this up.
Give this to you.
So to make at least make sure this gets set up correctly. There.
Thank you, my dear. Actually, I was putting this here. Okay. You want 33, okay?
Yes. It's not.
It's okay to request. I do take requests.
So let's see. 2. So for now, oh, I forgot I have more. I'm gonna be real rich. So
Very wealthy boy, huh?
So 2. So I'm spending my money on this piece.
Okay.
See it.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you put it in the bank. Okay.
So now can't add more.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just add. So then I'll just add more to the bank. There. Anything more?
That looks very nice. Let's see. I like that. Okay, here you go.
Yes, and that's my spaceship.
Do you still need the bank, or you?
I think I'm just. Apparently I'm done.
Okay. Going to remove the bank, and you get to pick a variable.
Wait. Just put this down here. Just take this down. There's so variable. Oh. So let me see first what I have. By the way, I'm choosing A.
You're choosing A? Okay.
Yes, so that's just because it says any, so
We'll take that. Thank you.
Had to figure out how much money I have in my account.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine if so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, so this is. I have more.
If you have
No,
5.
wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent my money. Never mind.
Okay. Do you want to replace that with $5 bill?
No, I'm just. So 5 to 5, 10,
Mm-hmm.
20, 30, 40. So I got $40 in my account.
Okay. You're so rich, huh?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, so let me just double check that I put the variable inside. Okay.
Saving up to get a good ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see if you can figure this out. Now, are you ready to be able to do this without the instructions? Or do you still need the instructions?
I do not need the instructions.
Okay, let's go for the challenge level. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you can figure this out without the instructions, you get twice this amount. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
I see the big smile. I see an absolutely big smile.
I really feel like I'm going to get the money back out.
Alright. Now let's see if you can figure this out.
Wait, so challenge. Okay, so 3a equals 33. So divide it. Three times 11, 33. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Let's see. Yeah, I really have a feeling I'm right. Yes, I am right. So, no, it's just there.
So now let's check our answer, right?
Yeah, so 3 times 11 equals 33. 33. So, no, I get it all.
You get twice that amount because you were able to do it without any instructions.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first, just to review, the first step was we modeled what to do. You are going to be very wealthy. We went through it step by step, and slowly, gradually, you were able to do it on your own. Okay, so you're getting twice this amount because you figured it out completely on your own. Now let's see how much you have.
Just got what I just got. Okay, so this is my other money, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all yours.
Okay.
Everything that you've earned.
Let's see.
Just over here so we can see.
Yes, so well, shall we see how much money I have?
Let's see. Now that we've ended the game, how much do you have?
So in total, I have so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
MashaAllah.
80, 85, 60, 70, 86, 7, 8, 89, 90, 100, 100, 101, 103, 106.
Okay, Mabruk.
I am rich.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep score. So tomorrow you're going to start with the same score. Okay? So today you have $106. If you want to go ahead and add that, I'll write that there. Okay? Because it'll mark where we start tomorrow.
So,
Good.
so Matt. Oh wait. 106. So 106 on my score.
That's right.
I
want to show you.
know tomorrow I'm gonna get a low score.
That's right. Now, just want to let you know also, when we're working with currency, we always make sure we put the dollar sign here, okay? And I'm going to show you also another trick to adding. Okay, so when we're working with money, okay, we first sort it, okay? So this way it takes a lot less searching. So if we search it in order, okay, this is going to help us skip count much faster. Okay? So when you do that, after you've organized it, then you can count them in this stack, starting from the largest, going to the smallest, okay? Mabruk. Right? Okay.
So today how much money I have is $106. These are what I bought. I've got like 3. I got 3 spaceship so from the side I got each one, including a piece I didn't use.
That's fine.
So now that's it. These are what I've gotten so far from what I've bought and
what you've purchased or bought.
Basically purchased. Just close this.
Good.
So there's about most of them. So
very good.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this game, my dear?
Yeah, I think it is good. So tomorrow we're going to play it again, and we'll see how much money I get tomorrow.
How often would you like to play this?
Well, I'd like to not pray, but I would like to play this game every day.
Good, mashallah. Okay, I'm really happy that you enjoyed this game, Matthew, and I think that we should play this every day, and we'll work through your division tables and work, we're working with your multiplication tables, and this will help with your division as well. Okay, so this game is learning to isolate the variables, and you learn how to add and subtract with the money. You're also learning how to divide, right?
Right.
Okay, and that is it. Say masalama.
Masalama.